All right, guys, my watch list for Monday, very small, and keep in mind we're just coming off a holiday week, and generally my watch lists are based off of stocks with recent passion. Since we just had a holiday week and there's not a lot of volume on individual names out there, I view this week coming up as, hey, tomorrow, Monday, that'll start a fresh crop of stocks to watch going forward. We'll have gaps and news items from the weekend and so on. And so we'll be able to build a new list pretty easily. But after a holiday weekend, very tough to build a list from recent passion because there isn't much. Having said that, there are a few that are interesting. EYES, a recent IPO, looked like this a couple days ago when I started saying, hey, this deserves to be watched for a bounce, right? A little over 16 to 24, 3 days down back to about 18. I want to start watching it for a bounce. Now, let me add in the last 2 days and no bounce at all. This has to go back on watch now. It's down, to I hate to say all-time lows, but to new lows, because it's a recent IPO. I think the original scheduled IPO price was around 9. I don't think this gets there. So at some point, any day now, this is going to become compelling for a bounce. So I really like to have this on watch. Hate the way it trades, though. It's very spready. So if I see it like selling off first thing Monday morning, I might look for a whole number flush to nibble on some. Maybe it pushes down immediately through 15 or 14. Getting volume. I might bid below the whole number and just get a few shares and see if I can't catch an intraday bottom. But anyway, not my favorite idea, but I do want to have eyes, EYES, on watch. And if I were a swing trader, by the way, I would certainly start nibbling here, building a position, but I'm not. I just don't like holding overnight. Rig, I have to have one name in this whole oil industry and oil services. I have to have at least one name on watch. We all know that oil is just getting decimated. Rig is starting to get interesting. It's down here at 21 bucks. If we go to the weekly, you gotta really, really go out here to find any kind of support, and it really did a nice job in the $19-20 area. But look at this. I'm going all the way back to 2002, 2003, 2004. But you can see it held all the way back from 1996 on. It really hasn't been below, I don't want to say 20 because some of these are in the 18s. When you're looking at a weekly chart, it's hard to tell. But I think the lowest was probably somewhere around 18 and a half. I'm not positive. Well, we're getting down to that 20 area, so I want to watch this one. Let's go back to the daily now. And you can see it's been gapping down. Nice volume. So I want to watch this one if it gets down below 20. Again, not just going to blindly take it, but for an intraday setup for a possible day trade. SCOK, don't know anything about this thing, but you had a nice spike back here, a long base, another spike. Let's go to 15-minute candles. You can kind of see a little trend line there. So, I mean, if we get up over 360, 365 on Monday with some kind of volume, you might start knocking down some of these lower highs here and maybe get a push. So that's worth watching. And remember what I said. It's not very easy to put together a watch list for today. So I'm not giving a lot of weight to any of these. SYN. This one's kind of interesting. This is a handsome chart here. It had resistance right around the $1.80 area. It touched it here, on volume here, and now it's kind of flagging. So I like this one, especially up over that $1.80, but really even maybe up over Friday's high there, and that might be enough to push it through. Might be enough to push it through that $1.80 area. And I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I really, really like, on an intraday basis, finding stuff that's getting ahead of itself to the upside into resistance or ahead of itself to the downside into support. And firmly believe you could make a living just off those reversal plays. And we're pretty good at finding those in the chat room. And we'll find other stuff to trade as well, morning gappers and that sort of thing. But, don't give a lot of weight to this watch list. I've had way, way better watch lists in the past. And I think as early as Monday night, we'll have a nice watch list for Tuesday. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.